Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Rogue Trader with me, Rykad. Let's level up and select our new archetypes. So, Overseer for my main character. The Overseer is a tactical expert who uses their familiar to execute their will. The selection of familiar determines the Overseer's combat style. Different familiars grant them unique capabilities, from healing and protecting allies to destroying enemies with deadly precision. Together, the Overseer and their familiar can dominate any battlefield thanks to their keen adaptability. Core focus, familiar selection, familiar control, adaptability, support, focus attacks. So thinking about it, I might have 4 different Overseers in the party. So Cybermassive proficiency. We get Apprehend. The Overseer chooses an enemy in their line of sight. The Cybermassive immediately attempts to run to that enemy. If it does not have enough MP, it moves as close to that enemy as possible. Upon reaching the designated target, the Cybermassive makes a melee attack, dealing plus 50% more damage and inflicting the Apprehended effect, which lasts as long as the enemy and the Cybermassive are adjacent to each other, or until another order is given. This ability can be used multiple times per turn, but each subsequent use within a round increases its cost by plus 1 AP. Protect. The Overseer chooses an ally in their line of sight. Can be themselves. The Cybermassive immediately attempts to run to that ally. If it does not have enough MP, it moves as close to that ally as possible. Upon reaching them, the Cybermassive applies Protected to them and makes a melee area attack against adjacent enemies. The protected effect lasts until the Cybermassive or the targeted ally's wounds drop to 0, or until another order is given. When using the Overseer for the first time in combat, the Overseer gains plus 1 AP. A description. The Cybermassive is a tough and powerful familiar. Its main purpose is to follow the designated target, be it ally or foe. The Apprehend ability allows it to chase and isolate enemies. It is especially efficient against targets using ranged weapons and psychers. While the Cybermassive is adjacent to the apprehended target, it will attack it each time the Overseer attacks that target. If the target decides to flee, the Cybermassive will try to stop it. Once a target is defeated, do not forget to give the Cybermassive a new order. It will be waiting. The Protect ability turns the Cybermassive into a dependable bodyguard. It will follow the protected ally and strike anyone who dares hit them. If you do not want to control the familiar directly, use Battle Mode Standby. The Cybermassive will strike the nearest target itself. Growl will weaken enemies in an area, reducing their damage dealt, while Bite and Run provide mobility and help break the enemy lines. Magnum. I haven't actually thought about a name. Hopper. After my late parent's dog. Alright, Abelard, Executioner. He will be the Dynasty's Executioner. Vanguard is typically the best option, but we're going to mix it up. Oh, let's go back and actually read the description. Executioners are specialists in inflicting enduring and excruciating pain on all enemies around them, which doesn't really fit Abelard's character, but going for the title, not the description. Exploiting it to quickly eradicate their adversaries. Core focus, damage over time effects, melee damage, negative effects, crowd control, large number of wounds. And I like the large number of wounds. So we get where it hurts. If the target of the Executioner's next successful attack is under any damage over time effects, this target will immediately suffer 3 instances of damage from each of these effects. 2 instances if the Executioner makes a burst or area attack. This damage is dealt after all other effects from the attack are applied, then all damage over time effects are removed from the target. This ability is applied instead of Scourging Strikes, or removes all stacks of Force Repentance. In Force Repentance, whenever the Executioner inflicts a damage over time effect on a target, which is already suffering from an effect of the same type, the target immediately suffers an additional instance of damage from the initial effect. All damage over time effects of this type on this target, including the one just inflicted, and the ones that will possibly be inflicted later, have their level increased by Medicae level, this bonus stacks. Then Scourging Strikes. Executioner's melee attacks inflict 2 times strength bonus levels of bleeding on all targets hit. This effect is applied after all other effects from the attack are applied. A Carnival of Misery. To the end of combat, all damage dealt to enemies by damage over time effects is increased by 100% after all their modifiers. This effect stacks and can be inflicted by more than one executioner. Then if you use the Desperate Measure version, to the end of combat, Force Repentance no longer increases the level of damage over time effects. Argenta. So Arch-militant is, again, the best way to normally build her. Bounty Hunter seems interesting. Also, she can't go Overseer, which is... Oh, she doesn't have one of the required backgrounds. Arbitrator, Psyker, or... probably the Mechanicus one. Because I'm guessing... I want to give Pascal the Servo Skull Overseer. And I think I'm going to give Heinrichs the Cyber Eagle. Or, no, Cyber Raven. Whatever the eagle's called for Heinrichs. And I'm going to give Adira the Cyber Eagle. But anyway, Arch-militant. So I won't be mixing up her build very much. This is what I built her last time. An Arch-militant is a formidable master of warfare, able to blend various weapons and styles mid-combat. Be it melee or ranged or anything in between. The Arch-militant is the best at it. It becomes stronger and stronger with each second in battle. Core focus, versatility, large area attacks, personal buffs, weapon set rotation, and crowd control. Versatility. Whenever the Arch-militant uses an attack that is of a different type from their previous attack, the Arch-militant gains a stack of versatility. Valid attack types are single shot, melee attack, single burst, single target, or burst. Area melee, area ranged, or ranged burst. The Arch-militant gains +3 weapon skill, ballistic skill for every stack of versatility. If the Arch-militant has 4 more stacks of versatility, the Arch-militant deals an additional % based off weapon skill or % based off ballistic skill damage, whichever is highest. Then steady superiority. Until the end of combat, the Arch-militant can make 1 additional attack each turn, including 1 additional attack on the turn this heroic act was used. The first attack after using this ability and each turn afterwards costs 0 AP. In Desperate Measure version, to the end of combat, the Arch-militant suffers a -30 penalty to their toughness, and at the start of each of the Arch-militant's turn, they suffer direct damage equal to 10% of their maximum wounds. The latter effect can be removed by healing. Oh, we can only do the Cyber Raven. Well, in that case, we'll just go... It's kind of lame. I don't want to have 2 Cyber Ravens, so... What's the requirement for the, Cyber Eagle? Oh, Operative or Officer. So she can go Eagle. I'd rather have a Raven. I think the Eagle's more thematic for an Inquisitor of the Imperium. But what do I know? So last time I think he went Arch-militant. I think we'll do the same thing this time. We've already read all that, so... Alright, is that what I did on him last time? Yeah. Sounds right. Alright, Cassia will do... What does she get? The Cyber Eagle kind of makes sense. She likes birds, right? Might do this just because this might be the only way we get a Cyber Eagle. And again, she likes birds. I really wanted to give this to Heinrichs, but that's fine. Alright, so Obstruct Vision. The Overseer chooses an enemy in their line of sight in an unoccupied cell adjacent to it. Cyber Eagle moves to that cell, can move through occupied cells without provoking attacks of opportunity. If the designated enemy only has a melee weapon, it attacks the Cyber Eagle using the lowest AP cost attack. That enemy has a ranged weapon. It shoots at the Cyber Eagle using the lowest AP cost attack with an additional plus 50% chance to hit that enemy's allies, if there are any within a cone behind the Cyber Eagle. Then the Cyber Eagle attacks this enemy, dealing % more damage and spending 0 AP. While the Cyber Eagle is in that cell, the designated enemy is obstructed. This ability can be used multiple times per turn, but each subsequent use within a round increases its cost by plus 1 AP until the end of round. Obstruct Vision Soaring. The Overseer chooses an enemy in their line of sight, and an unoccupied cell adjacent to it. The Cyber Eagle stops soaring, lands at that cell without provoking attacks of opportunity, deals twice its weapon damage to adjacent enemies, and gains 2 times Familiar's Perception bonus, temporary wounds for 1 round. The designated enemy becomes obstructed. The effects last while the Cyber Eagle is in the designated cell. This enemy only has a melee weapon. It attacks the Cyber Eagle using the lowest AP cost attack. If the enemy has a ranged weapon, it shoots at the Cyber Eagle using the lowest AP cost attack, with an additional 50% chance to hit that enemy's allies, if there are any within a cone behind the Cyber Eagle. Then the Cyber Eagle attacks this enemy, dealing % more damage and spending 0 AP. And then, same as before, it can be used multiple times per turn with an increased AP cost. Soar. At the end of the Overseer's turn, the Cyber Eagle soars high above the battlefield. This action does not provoke attacks of opportunity. The Cyber Eagle is an agile instrument perfectly suitable to oversee the battlefield from above and disorient enemies. While soaring, it gains access to alternative, more powerful versions of its abilities. The Obstruct Vision ability will cause enemies to destroy each other with their own weapons. The evasive obstructing Cyber Eagle provokes the enemy, causing it to shoot in its direction with an increased chance to hit that enemy's allies. If enemies are tightly grouped, Blinding Strike can significantly limit their capabilities. Strafe will help the Cyber Eagle navigate through enemy lines while also dealing damage. Lastly, Live Bait will turn this familiar into a merciless predator. If you do not want to control this familiar directly, just let it soar. It will regain its wounds and wait for the right moment to strike. And Adira, Overseer again. Cyber Raven. Warp Relay. Whenever the Overseer uses non-attacking single-target psychic powers, except those granting extra turns, on their Cyber Raven, they are applied to all relevant targets, allies, or enemies, and a 4-cell radius around it, having no effect on the Cyber Raven itself. That's cool, so you can bounce powers off the Cyber Raven. Enemies in a 4-cell radius around the Cyber Raven are under surveillance. Does what? The Overseer of the Cyber Raven ignores this creature's cover. Additionally, this creature cannot block the Overseer's attacks using a shield. That's pretty good for a sniper. And then Purification Discharge. The Cyber Raven deals Overseer's Psi rating times Familiar's willpower bonus shock damage to the 3 closest enemies in a 4-cell radius around it. The Cyber Raven is a powerful instrument of transmitting warp energy. Its Warp Relay ability allows it to enhance the Overseer's psychic powers, spreading their effect to multiple targets at once. If that is not enough, use Complete the Cycle to transmit the most recently relayed psychic power once again. No cover can hide the Overseer's enemies who are under surveillance if the Cyber Raven is nearby. Relocate provides it with additional mobility. Stabilize is an essential ability for helping allies regain their wounds, while Evil Eye and Purification Discharge are great ways to deal damage to multiple enemies at once. And she does use telepathy, so that lines up. Alright. I didn't get a chance to change their names, did I? Didn't pop up at the end. Oh, that's cool. The eagle has 2 heads, just like the Aquila. Alright, let's rock and roll. Gonna take these guys for a spin. I do feel like we're losing some power to have these familiars in our party, but I guess that's a trade-off. Like, we don't have an ultimate. Be careful here, don't run through that. There probably won't be more loot. Did you think you had won, enemy mine? Well, I did win. You vanquished Twilight. You cut down Aurora. But she was only one of us. You hear me? From the depths of Deadstone, from his prison of cold metal, he will rise. The hour is nigh. You say so.
Keep your wits about you.
I can...
Oh, sorry, Heinrichs.
Surrender to the dark powers!
Oh, you go at the same time. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Alright. We have Apprehend, we already saw that. We have Protect, which we saw. Standby mode, and Reactivate. The Overseer chooses an unconscious familiar in their line of sight within a 5-cell radius. The familiar regains 40% of its maximum wounds and returns to combat. It can also be used with familiars of other Overseers still in combat. Well, that's kind of cool.
I'll make it happen.
Not supposed to die. Oh, it costs AP on my main character too. Well, that kind of sucks.
On it.
A bunch of chaos spawns. The pretty hard fight. Learning how to use my familiars on top of fighting 3 chaos spawns. So I'll probably have my main character and the Mastiff tank this chaos spawn, while Abelard cleans up those guys.
Naturally. I need a foothold. Be gone.
Out of my way!
Just as I planned.
Yeah, get buried, nerd.
Death to non-believers!
Vengeance will be swift.
I serve the ruinous powers!
That was worth it. Yeah, we took a little damage here, but taking out, what, 4 enemies and damaging the chaos spawn? 100% worth it.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. That is foolishness. Damn! What was the command again? Oh, right.
High momentum.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
But good, that's one down. Did Adira have another target back here? Oh, that guy there.
It will be done.
Alright, we'll just hunker down here for now.
The feeble.
I'll make it happen. Here's my perfect moment. Taking calculated risk is in my second nature. It's as good as done.
Yeah, start those fires, bros.
Who, if not me? Don't let your guard
Stand
down.
over here.
I'll make it. That's how it's done. I've faced worse than this.
But of course, Lord Captain. I won't object to it.
Alright, I'm coming for you. Maybe not this turn, but next turn.
I'll do it.
Chaos guides me.
Neither of us has to fight alone anymore.
Faith without deeds is worthless. This is unacceptable.
Alright, that'll do.
Quiet, Whispers! It's my toy, and I'm gonna control it myself. No can do.
Alright, I guess we'll move then.
Cover me!
I mean, actually hit the guy all over here.
Anything else?
That'll probably be worth it.
My place is at the fore.
I bring ruin.
On it.
Well, he's trying his best, I guess.
I'll see to it personally.
Try and taunt them and end my turn.
For the throne's glory. Naturally. I'm done with this one. Let's see to it.
Doubt is for the weak.
There we go, a little tickle to the face.
Chaos guides me. See my great work.
I am a navigator, not a servitor. If only that were possible.
Alright, get this over here.
On it.
There we go, one less enemy to deal with. Then we'll soften up this one, because it has more HP than this one. Also debuff it for the rest of combat. Sweet. I wasn't sure if I'd ever push one of those guys back, but we did. Good job, team.
I always keep my options open.
Yeah, there shouldn't be more loot to find. There might be another battle if I go looking for it.
Rise to the top,
Make sure
or
we
get
run
left in the
past
dust.
this and not through it. Oh, sorry, Vesper. Oh, there is more loot, unless I missed this earlier. I probably missed that earlier. Well, maybe I'm wrong. All trash anyway, but it's still loot.
I always have a backup plan.
Let's check down here real quick, just in case. Actually, this is probably the way forward.
Is there
This is all
money
from
to
when we
be
first
made?
came through here, so I'll need to read it again. They are coming, one following in the other's footsteps. The aurora of the morning, the aurora of the evening. They are coming, step after step, the eyeless followers, the voiceless heralds, the great master, and behind him, his loyal apostle. Hear this, enemy mine. We are mere shadows, followers. You're yet to meet him who has endowed us with secret knowledge. That is, of course, if you survive this day, the day of the coming of the final dawn.
Keep your wits about you.
Alright, well, I'm going to call it here. Next time, we will get off this planet. But for now, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one.